So for today's activity, you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, and some color pencils or markers or anything like that. And then you will also need a Sharpie, and to go along with that, something underneath to go underneath your paper so it doesn't bleed through. So the first thing you're going to do is take your piece of paper and fold it hot dog style and fold it in half. So crease it along the side so you have a perfectly symmetrical piece of paper. So the next thing you're going to do is put the crease, the folded side at the very bottom. So that should be at the bottom of facing you. And now you're going to take a pencil and write your name in cursive. If your name, like mine, like a cursive J, has a part of it that goes below the baseline, you're just going to leave that part out. So if your name has a J or anything like that that goes below that line, you're just going to leave that part out. And notice how each one of my letters is touching the corner or the fold of my paper. So you can even make your letters go off of the page a little bit. You just don't want your name to be hovering above that fold, because we're going to need to trace it later. We want everything to touch. So see how the bottom, each of my letters is touching that crease. And again, if you need to ask a parent for help for this part, you can always trace it if you're having trouble with that. So the next thing you're going to do is take your Sharpie and you're just going to trace along that penciled line. So again, just make sure each of your letters is touching the crease and it goes to the very bottom of the page. That's really important for this project. Then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over and you can see that that Sharpie shows through the back, which is perfect. So now you're going to go find a window or a sliding glass door and put it up to the window so you can see that Sharpie, and then again taking your pencil, just trace along on the other side. This is going to create a reflection of your name on the other side of the paper when you open it up. So again, it's important to make your letters touch that crease of the paper. And then after this, you're going to trace it with Sharpie as well, just like you did before. So using a window or something like that makes it really easy to trace so you can see the Sharpie really easily. So I recommend doing this during the daytime when it's light and sunny outside so you can see the Sharpie very clearly. Then again, you're just going to trace this pencil with Sharpie just like you did before. The next thing you can do is go in with an eraser and erase any pencil marks that are left over that maybe didn't get traced perfectly. This is optional, but it kind of makes your art look a little bit more clean. And so next you're going to go ahead and open your piece of paper so that you can see your name reflected on each side. So they should look pretty symmetrical. And then you're going to get out any kind of art supplies you have. So colored pencils, markers. If you want to get crafty and use paint, you can. So your next step is turning your name reflection into a name creature. So you can get out markers or color pencils or anything like that and start figuring out how you think you could turn this into some kind of little monster. So I gave mine some eyeballs at the top, even some eyebrows above it, and then I started coloring them in with colored pencils and marker. So I gave him some eyes, some eyebrows. Then I decided to color in the body by giving him some hands and some feet. And so you can do any kind of pattern throughout it. You can color it all one color. You can use something in the background. I didn't do anything in the background in this, but I think that would look really awesome. So just use all of the curves of the letters of your name to create a monster. The next part to this is to give your creature a name. So whatever your name starts with, I want you to think of an adjective, a description word that goes along with your name. So my name starts with a J, Jessica. So I did Jazzy Jessica. But if your name started with an S, you could do sassy. If your name started with a R, you could do ridiculous, whatever you wanted. And this is the final project. So you can see that you can see your name that's written in cursive, but it also kind of looks like a little bug or creature you can put on your refrigerator. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye, guys.